Well, how'd you get out? Huh? Well, hey guys, it is September 5th, Thursday. The plan was to go cut down most of our last DNR property today. They kind of shifted the weather on us again. So today is going to be a random kind of day. I got to fix the semi, that might get done. And the hay auction's tomorrow, so we might load up a load or do something, we'll see. Right now I'm headed out to move the fence back and the goats are following slowly. So I'll try and get a bunch of footage of whatever we're doing and talk about what we're doing. And hopefully we can get that hay made I cut the other day or yesterday. So stay tuned. Oh, now they're coming. Now they're here. So we got that moved back. We're getting down there. As for pasture over here, I don't know if you guys can see that green gate straight ahead. That's the very end of it. So there's, I want to say about 70 foot or so to go. And so yeah, we'll go with that. Hey guys, it's after lunch now. We didn't do a whole lot this morning. Kind of took the morning off. So I just got out. We're gonna, or at least I'm gonna, run down the road where my semi's sitting and see if I can close off the hose that's blown. I blew a coolant hose the other night when I was on my way home, and well, I made it home. I probably shouldn't have, but we made it home. So I'm going to run down and see if I can close that valve, and then I'll probably just fill it up with water, and then I'm going to unhook the trailer and bring it up here so we can look it over closer, and if all looks good, we'll start putting coolant in it. So I'm grabbing my, I gotta grab my magnetic bracket that I can mount my camera on if I get some action shots or what. So alright guys, so I think I got the valve closed. I'm not 100% sure it's not leaking anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and unhook the semi right here. So when you unhook this, you don't actually put the jack, you don't lift the trailer with the jack. You actually put the feet down about just so far above the ground, because you actually want when you hook it back up, you actually want the trailer to lift up a little bit. So that we got to unhook all your hoses, and then if I'll be able to do that, well, maybe I can. Basically you got to pull this handle out, and then it'll be unhooked and you can just pull right off of it. So looks like I didn't quite have that closed. I suppose I'll have to get on here and see if I can get that to close up or see what's going on. After looking at this again, because this hose runs underneath the cab, So I'm assuming that that's like a heating, for the heating element, or the thermostat in the truck or whatever. So if I could just close that off and we can get by without that for now. So we'll see. Hopefully that. Otherwise, we gotta replace the hose. It ain't that big of a deal. But I'm probably gonna take this hose off and then see. And honestly, the hole is right on the edge there. I might be able to get by with the same hose. If that's a good idea or not, but we'll see. So I think I got it figured out. There's a line going from the pump that kind of goes back in the same spot. It goes up into the cab, and then the line that's leaking then comes out of the cab and goes up top. Well, there's a valve on the top and there's a valve right by the pump. So I shut the valve by the pump off, and the line on top quit leaking. So I think we have it figured out. I'll have to consult with that and make sure. I'm not a truck guy. I don't know nothing about trucks or cars. I don't know much about tractors even. But if any of my knowledge is correct, I think that'll work until it gets cold and we want some heat in the truck. But I don't plan on using this too much in the winter, but we'll see. We got a lot of bales to get rid of. So I think that project's done, but I'll have to put coolant in it yet. I just got water in it now, so I didn't want to dump all my coolant in and find another leak, which I should be looking if there is one. But hey guys, we just did the night feeding. So the calf barn here is the only goats that get fed at night. It's exactly the same as in the morning, same amount and everything. But yeah, so then I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna fill up a pail with some mineral, and I'm gonna run around all the pens and make sure everybody's got a fair amount of mineral. That's very important, but like I said it before, so one of these days, slower days, I'll probably talk about that. The semi's all good to go. There's the two lines that run under the cab. I turned both valves off. I drained the water that was in it, and then we refilled it with coolant. So that should be ready to go. So now I'm gonna fill up a pail with some mineral, and we're gonna go around back shed and then across the road, and I'll probably run down and give my buck a little bit. So you're out again? Well, how do you get out? Now you want to be back in. Maybe you shouldn't have crawled out. Oh. Well, that was easy. We got to do a little landscaping here in the back corner. Actually looks like they keep digging it out. So yeah, the mineral is pretty much gone there. We'll just dump a bunch of this in there. So there we dumped a bunch in. You don't want to dump too much in because You kind of want to keep it fresh, otherwise it starts to get hard and whatnot. I see these goats broke my gate here. There's supposed to be an eye hook screwed into the wall and hooked into that, but somebody's been fighting. Who do it? Who done it? So we got a bunch in there, and I tied that gate up. It's one of the perks to having a custom baling business is you have twine string laying everywhere. So we got across the road all checked over mineral wise. Now I just drove across or down the road here, down the hill. So that's where the goats are. Here's this hay strip, and then over there we got some corn. But anyways, our chopper's sitting down here. I believe it was Saturday they chopped the load for feed. So we got this Massey Ferguson 8140, and our chopper is a New Holland FP 230 chopper. It's got the metal alert in it. We do not run a processor. What I mean by processor is some choppers will have rollers on there to crush up the corn kernels. Basically, it makes better feed. You're crushing the kernels. We do not run that for our steers. We bought this chopper, I believe we were still doing dairy. We ran it a couple years when we were doing dairy, and then the past couple years it's mainly been for chopping corn silage for the steers. So when we put this corn head on, what I mean by the head is this yellow part here. So you can change this out. We have this head, which is for corn, and we also have the hay head or pickup head or whatever you would like to call it, basically for picking up a roll of something. If we want to chop this hay off, we could pick that up, but for corn, chopping 2 rows, you want this head. So to put the heads on, you got this pin here, which it hooks over this, and then you stick the pin in. There's a bracket in there too that holds it. There's one just like that on the other side. So basically you put those 2 pins in, and then your drive PTO is right here. You just hook that on and away you go. Sounds simple, but it's kind of a pain. Actually, this here went really well. So what we do is we pull the chopper up to the head, and we actually hooked the chain around here. We had the loader, and basically we mounted it right on with the loader tractor. We kind of drove it ahead with that, and so yeah, here's that other pin. Just you know, it just hooks on there and you stick the pin in. But yeah, this chopper's been really reliable for us. Can't really complain about it. We've had a few trouble. Actually, the metal alert system's not working right now. There was something buggy with that, whatnot, but so yeah, then we got there's 4 rows over here that they chopped. Actually, this stuff looks really tall. This might actually be silage corn. I don't know. Actually, it looks like it is. I could be wrong, but it actually looks like it is. So yeah, I thought I'd bring you down and show you this. Maybe I'll run back up to the pit and we'll take a look at the product, the actual silage itself. Oh, another thing. When we chop, Last year I found these on Facebook Marketplace. We got these Agra speed hitches. Would recommend these to anybody. Basically, you can hook and unhook the wagon without getting on and off the tractor. There's a thing that hits it on the wagon. It hits this thing, this V here, and it pushes this up and it latches in there. And on the wagon part, then there's a loop that gets up under there. I'll get some video on it when we start chopping, but that's a very good buy for anybody that chops silage. I would definitely recommend getting those because it's a lifesaver. But yeah, I'll run up and take a look at the corn silage and to show you guys that and what that looks like coming out of the chopper. Alright guys, so now I'm in that first pit across the road, and here is what comes out of the chopper. Basically it shreds it up to just about nothing. You can see most of the kernels are whole. That processor I was talking about, if we had one, all of these would be crushed. Basically the idea is if it's crushed, it's they're able to utilize the nutrients inside the kernel better. That would be more of a dairy idea there. But yeah, so we got about a load here. This will get us a couple days. This was done Saturday. Today is, no, not Saturday, Tuesday. My days are all mixed up. Tuesday? No, that's not right either. Whatever day it was done. Must have been maybe Wednesday. That was only yesterday. So a couple days from now we'll have to go out, we'll chop another load. The reason we can't just chop is because the moisture content in the corn is too high yet. And it's too high that the fermentation process wouldn't work correctly. And actually this stuff would get like sour. I couldn't really tell you what that means, but it wouldn't ferment correctly. So we got to dry it down just a little bit more, let it dry down a little bit more, and then we'll go at it. I believe I want to say I said we chopped about 90 acres. I don't think that's right. I think it's about 60. I think he figures 90 acres to fill our high moisture silo. We start big high moisture silo, high moisture corn silo. This area, I'm kind of just a hired man here at this point. So I'm not entirely sure where he plants everything and what, what's what. But yeah, so I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this video. It's been a slow day. The weather kind of changed for us. They got a couple chances of rain coming in tonight, so I was gonna cut some more today, and we didn't cut any, and we were hoping maybe we get some of our hay baled today, and that didn't really look like it was gonna happen. So right now we're just sitting here in the water just about. So hopefully, if it doesn't rain tonight, the plan is to get everything baled tomorrow. Uh, and then hopefully Saturday we can just get everything picked up, whatever, and be done. Because they're talking like a week of rain now coming after Saturday night and a Sunday, and then after that they don't have much good weather. So we might end up being done with our DNR stuff. I'm already pushing the date for that. So I don't know if we get a week of rain here. I probably won't get that cut till the middle of September, and then we're pushing a little late. I mean, I could check in with the guy, but I don't really know. Another thing is we're starting to line up for bean straw. As soon as they start combining beans around here, we start baling bean straw. We'll bale a few hundred acres of bean straw. And we'll pile that up by our bale pile, hopefully. And the way the weather looks, that bean straw might be worth some decent money this year. The corn's going to be late. If the corn's late, guys aren't going to be making corn stalks. If they're not making corn stalks, then somebody's got to buy bedding, and you know how that goes. So, well, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and if you got any questions, throw them down in the comments. Appreciate you watching, and I hope